Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today I will discuss total 15 MCQs on communication. This is practice set 2. I have uploaded practice set 1 before and a complete video on communication. So you can go and check them. Those who are watching my video for the first time, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. So here we start. The first question is, mediated communication is which type of communication? Options are intrapersonal, interpersonal, group and mass. So the correct answer is going to be 4, that is mass communication. Mediated communication is also known as mass communication. Okay. Next we have the most powerful barrier of communication in the class is. This question has been asked in June 97 and 2011. So the options are noise in the classroom, confusion on the part of teacher, more outsider disturbance in the classroom, lack of teaching aids. First of all these are barriers, but we have to choose the most powerful. So the most powerful barrier is confusion on the part of teacher. If teacher is confused, not prepared with their subject, with their concept, then no matter what, we can't have an effective classroom communication. Next we have a good communicator is one who offers his or her audience. This has been asked in 2005. So the options are plentiful of information, good amount of statistics, concise proof and repetition of facts. So the correct answer is going to be A, that is plentiful of information. Next we have movements of the face that conveys emotional meanings are called displays, emblems, eye contact, none. So answer is going to be display. Display is associated with a movement of face that displays an emotional feeling. Next we have gesticulation is what? Use of gestures while speaking, listening, conversing, all. So the correct answer is going to be 1, that is use of gestures while speaking. Next we have which of the following is the physical barrier to non-verbal communication? We have to find out the barrier that is related to non-verbal. Options are body language, stereotyping, denotation, interpretation. So when it comes to non-verbal, that means no language, right? So the correct answer is going to be 1, that is body language. Body language relates to non-verbal communication and it acts as a barrier. Next we have barriers to effective communication are. Options are moralizing, being judgmental and comment of consolation, dialogue, summary, self-review, use of simple words, cool reaction, defensive attitude, personal statements, eye contact and simple narration. So we have to find out the barriers. That means something that is negative for the effective communication process. So the correct answer is going to be 1, is being moralizing, being judgmental, passing comment of consolation. So all these are negative things. So the correct answer is going to be 1, because look at other option. It talks about dialogue. That means communication is going on between two people or a group of people. Summary, that is they are trying to summarize the things in a well-defined manner. Then self-review. So all these are not barriers, they promote, they encourage effective communication. Okay. Next we have haptics deal with body language, touch, paralanguage, space language. So the haptics basically deal with touch language. Okay. Remember with this T, then touch. Next we have characteristics of effective communication are. So what are the characteristics of effective communication? Options are clear, concise, coherent, complete, concrete. So all of them are correct. Okay. Effective communication, if it is clear, yes, concise, coherent, complete and concrete. So all these options are correct when it comes to promotion of effective communication process. Next we have which of the following elements will be appropriate in communication. So what are the elements that will be appropriate in any communication? Process, yes, communication is a process. Interaction, definitely. There is interaction between people, two people, group of people, with oneself, and it always takes place in some context. That can be social context. So the correct answer is all the 3. So the correct option is going to be 4, that is all the above. Next we have the interaction between a teacher and students create a zone of proximal. So here we have a teacher, then we have students. Okay, if there is interaction between these two, that means this leads to difference, no. Confusion, no. Development, yes. Distortion, no. So the correct answer is going to be third, that is, it leads to development. Next we have, which type of communication involves open door policy? Options are formal, informal, visual, non-verbal. So the correct answer is going to be informal. Okay, open door policy always relates to informal communication. Why? Because open door policy gives a free atmosphere for the exchange of information between the sender and receiver. Next we have, correct statements are, communication is a learned ability. Yes. Communication is a continuous and unending process. Yes, it's a process. The communication process involves two elements, sender and receiver. This is wrong. If we look at Berlow's model, then it has four elements. That there is a sender, then there is a message, then there is a channel, and then receiver. So it involves more than two elements. Next option is, more communication means more effective learning. Of course. So A, B and D are correct. So the correct option is third. Next we have the mode of communication that involves a single source transmitting information to a large number of receivers simultaneously. Okay, so we have a single source and it is transmitting message to large audience simultaneously. So it relates to which? Group? No. Mass? Intrapersonal? Interpersonal? No. In interpersonal, we don't have a large mass. In interpersonal, we have only two people. So the correct option is going to be 2, that is mass communication. Next we have, the choice of communication partner is influenced by the factors. So, proximity, utility, loneliness, utility, secrecy, dissonance, deception, dissimilarity, dissonance, deviance. So it is talking about what are the factors that defines or influence our choice of communicating partner. So option is going to be 1, that is proximity, very important. Utility, whether that conversation is going to be useful. Loneliness, yes, when we are alone, when we are not busy, then we need someone to share our things, to discuss on some things. So the correct option is going to be 1. Utility is correct in this, but secrecy and dissonance, no. It doesn't promote communication. Same thing goes here, deception, all these are negative elements for communication. Similarly here. Okay. So guys, this was for today. If you really like this video, then please like it, share it and subscribe to the channel. Join us on Telegram and follow us on Instagram. The advantage of following us on Instagram is that you will get quizzes link there monthly. So do give feedback in the comment box below how you liked it and what should be the next topic that I should make a video on that. Thank you.